Hello, I'm Thaidan Goguen-Bogdanis. There's my email right there and student number. And here's my presentation on Spencer, the robot. Also, I'm going to keep it in windowed mode because it doesn't record if I go full screen. But anyways, let's get started. So first, I thought it would be a good idea to explain what Spencer actually is. Spencer is a robot that helps guide people through airports, and he's kind of like a customer service robot. He helps to get rid of bottlenecks, and he can communicate better with people than employees potentially can. And he basically just helps direct the flow of traffic so that there's less foot traffic. He has a couple good features with him that make him so suited for doing this. He can communicate with people pretty well. He can also help to break the language barrier, which exists especially in airports, because that's where people, that's where everyone who doesn't speak the language comes from, pretty much, other than people raised who don't. But anyways, sidetrack. He also can learn and use social rules when speaking to people to emulate conversation better and learn how to speak properly to people. He also detects and avoids people so that when he's walking around, or rolling around I guess, he doesn't actually collide with people. He can actually detect them and avoid them, or stay at the right distance and stop to talk to them if they need it. Why was Spencer made? I kind of went into this already, but he basically helps with the airport traffic, or foot traffic in airports, and he's a good customer service robot. He helps to just guide customers where employees potentially can't, or potentially they're just they can't speak the language, or there could be miscommunications and stuff like that. Spencer can actually just direct them to where they need to go, and yeah, he can do that pretty well, it looked like, from the sources that I looked at. So here's the work system snapshot. It's fairly simple, but it's very effective, basically. The customers are really just people traveling at the airport. He's designed especially for that, I think, and as far as I could tell, he was. And the service that he offers, he basically just helps with travel. He makes it easier for people to get around inside of airports so that the airports are less crowded, which makes it subsequently even easier to get around airports. And his work practices, so what he generally does while he's working, he communicates with customers and tells them the right direction to go, or guides them along with him. He talks to them in communicates with them regardless of their language. He also, by doing all of this, he helps to reduce bottlenecks and make it so there's no big crowds of people trying to get into one area as much, because some of those people might be in the wrong area, and he can help direct them out of there to where they actually need to go. The participants are just the employees who work at the airports, who might have to assist customers with using Spencer, or who are even just helped out by having Spencer there because he's basically an extra employee, and the travelers who directly interact with Spencer. Same, they're the customers, as I said earlier. The information that he requires is basically visual information and the customer's travel information. So, if the customer knows they need to go somewhere, he has to know that too. And he uses visual recognition, communication, and detection to all make him into basically a human worker there, except in how he looks. He can communicate and guide you just like a human could, and he avoids you too, so you don't bump into him. So yeah, with all of that, there's my references, and that'll be all.